Salutations. I wanted to talk about traumatic brain injury, TBI, and clearing out, what they call clearing out. That's the process I went through. A clearing out is when a survivor of TBI remembers who they are, how to do things, and things come back rather quickly. For me, that happened, all right? I couldn't remember who I was. And when I say that, my pattern of decision making eluded me. That's a lot of who I am, very much so. So in that way, I couldn't remember fully who I was. Interesting thing about this is when I had part of my near-death experience, I was talking to loved ones, and it wasn't like a vision. I was talking to them like I'm talking to this camera right now. But then my loved one, my uncle, had said something that scared me and made me jump back, and I came up in this fall risk bed. Like I jumped into it. It's very odd how it was, like just suddenly being there. But at that point, I remembered who I was, things like how to do math, and it all came back there at that point. I was still scrambled eggs for a while after that, but I remembered who I was, my decision making, and common sense, things like that came back. All right, so that's important, very important. Now, time-wise, I thought this happened when I saw my uncle in near-death experience. Later on, my mother told me, she said, "You say that, but your time is off." Said, "You were talking about your uncle and the angels when you first came out of the coma. They said you were awake, but you were just mumbling, and you kept talking about them." So I had that part of the experience before I can cognitively remember it. So some of that is how much was my brain responding to external stimuli. Nonetheless, that addresses clearing out and how important that is for brain injury patients, survivors. A lot of times it tends to happen in the first 6 months. I say for me it happened, probably about 2 weeks after I woke up from the coma. So that would have been right around probably 6 weeks into the healing process. I had this clearing out and cognitive abilities return. So if you can, your support system, look for that. Maybe you can do some subtle things that might help trigger a clearing out. You never know. Just wanted to discuss that part of the healing process. Thank you. Please subscribe to the channel. Peace and love. Much energy to survivors and to support systems. I can't say that enough. That's why I'm still here. Peace.